Hi guys, this is Raksha and welcome to Greens and Pines. Growing up, I used to love the chicken curry that my mom made. So spicy, warm and comforting. But after transitioning to a vegan, I really miss the taste of it. So recently, my mom and I experimented in the kitchen trying to bring out the exact same flavors, but this time substituting some chicken with some mushrooms. And guess what? It honestly took a lot less time to cook and a lot less messy. Taste, you ask? If it hadn't actually tasted incredibly delicious, I wouldn't be sharing it here. Anyway, the full breakdown to this recipe can be found on the blog. The link is in the description. And I can't wait for you guys to see the recipe, so let's get into the video.
To a blender, add half cup of raw cashews, 3/4 cup of water, blend until smooth and set it aside. After this, we're making the masala. To a blender, add 1 medium-sized onion, 1 cup of fresh coriander, 1 inch roughly chopped ginger, and 12 cloves of garlic. 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1.5 teaspoon of coriander powder, half teaspoon of garam masala powder, a splash of water and blend until smooth. Keep this aside. Now let's start making the curry. To a pan on medium heat, add 4 to 5 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1 medium-sized onion and saute until lightly brown. Then add half teaspoon of turmeric powder and 2 teaspoons of salt. By adding the salt at this stage helps the onions to cook faster. Now saute this for a minute or two. Then add the masala we just made from the blender. Add in a bit of water to clean out the blender and cook it until the raw smell of the masala reduces. When the masala releases a bit of oil on the outer layer, that's when you know it's cooked properly, and this should take about 8 to 10 minutes. Let's add tomato puree. To make this, you just have to grab 3 large tomatoes and put it in a blender for a minute or until it looks like this. Combine everything, let it cook until the oil shows. You can now add 400 grams of button mushrooms that are roughly chopped. Mix well and cook until the mushrooms soften. Remember, you don't have to cook the mushrooms for too long, just until the water is released. You can see here I have added no extra water at all, yet it has a more curry-like consistency. To this, add the cashew cream we made earlier and save a tablespoon or 2 for garnish. Combine everything well. If you're allergic to cashews, do substitute it with some coconut milk for the same creaminess. After a minute, add half teaspoon of ground pepper and half teaspoon of salt. Please feel free to decrease or increase the quantity to your liking. Combine everything well and turn off the heat after 2 minutes. You can serve this with some roti or with some white rice like I'm doing here. I don't know about you, but when it comes to enjoying a good curry like this one, I find white rice the most satisfying. You can drizzle some of the cashew cream you saved earlier on top and enjoy.
That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I highly recommend you try this recipe. And as always, the full breakdown to this recipe can be found on the blog. The link is in the description. If you enjoyed this video, do make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe and turn on the notification for more such content. And hey, thanks for stopping by. I will see you very soon.